Whole lot of stuff happening today.
Legislation forcing the Justice Department to publicly release its files on the late financier and convicted sexual abuser Jeffrey Epstein could be on President
Epstein
Trump's
files
desk
have been
very soon.
voted on by Congress
this morning, and a short time ago,
they were
the Senate
passed.
agreed to approve it by unanimous consent.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a heads up, I believe it was Congress. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Congress voted 427 to 1. 427 to 1. Congress voted.
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative. The rules are suspended. The bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Bam!
The yeas are this, and the nays are voted. There is only one president. Congratulations.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, the U.S. Senate agreed to pass a bill to force the release of the Epstein files via unanimous consent. Basically, what that means is they voted on something to essentially push the bill immediately once it gets to them from the House, because I don't know if it had gotten there yet. And so they were like, hey, let's go ahead and vote to, like, move this thing along immediately.
Objection, so ordered. An objection. Without objection, so ordered.
The Senate has now
passed
the Epstein bill as soon as it comes over.
The Epstein bill as soon as it comes over. The Senate. All right. Nope. There he is. Okay.
Senior national correspondent Aisha Husney
Let's
has the details.
see.
She's on Capitol Hill
Aisha?
for us. Good evening, Aisha.
What does Aisha have to
John,
say?
good evening to you. And it was
Good evening,
Senate
Aisha.
Minority Leader Chuck
Good evening.
Schumer who asked for unanimous consent, which fast.
Oh, interesting. Old Chucky. Old Chucky said, I'd like some unanimous consent, please.
Tracks everything.
It's good that he asked for consent.
Doesn't require a vote, and no
It's good to ask for consent, especially when dealing with the Epstein files.
senator objected, which means that the Senate has now synced up with the House. And so
Do I think there'll be anything not under pages of black bars? Yeah, we're going to talk about that, actually. I saw something a second ago. Where did it go? I think it was Disclose. They posted something about it. I thought this was kind of interesting. Okay, so the Epstein files bill grants Attorney General Pam Bondi the authority to withhold or redact any material that could endanger, quote, national security or jeopardize an active federal investigation. This comment was redacted. Okay, yeah, so the Attorney General may withhold or redact the segregable portions of records that A, contain personally identifiable information of victims or victims' personal and medical files and similar files, the disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Got it. Cool with that. Like, that's fair. Like, that's good for the victims because they shouldn't be doxxed for, their personal stuff. B, depict or contain any CSAM. Also good with that. Not trying to put any of that stuff out there. Don't want anybody to see anything like that. Definitely good with that. C, would jeopardize an active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution, provided that such withholding is narrowly tailored and temporary. Very vague. How temporary is temporary? Are we talking, days, weeks, months, years? How long are we talking here? That's very broad. That gives them quite a bit of power to do whatever they want with that. That you could interpret that however you want. An active investigation, a federal investigation or ongoing prosecution. What does that mean? That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of stuff. Let's see. 8, if the Attorney General makes a determination that covered information may not be declassified and made available in a manner that protects the national security of the United States, including methods or sources related to national security, the Attorney General shall release an unclassified summary for each of the redacted or withheld classified information. All decisions to classify any covered information after July 1st of 2025 shall be published in the Federal Register and submitted to Congress, including the date of classification, the identity of the classification authority, and an unclassified summary of the justification. So this is what it's going to look like. You guys excited? This looks like it's going to be a real good read. A lot of good reading there. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. We're going to find out.
Releases this bill text. The president will then sign it. John? Excuse me.
Tonight, the House passed a bill
427
to 1,
427 to 1.
Department to release all files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Old Jeffy boy.
Congressman Clay Higgins,
Old Jeffy.
the only no vote, claiming on X.
That's one hell of a page turner, boys.
Broad reveal of criminal investigation.
Clay Higgins. That's right. So Clay Higgins is the only congressman to vote no out of the entire U.S. House of Representatives. The only congressman. I guess this is what he put no for. He said, I have been a principled no on this bill from the very beginning. What was wrong with the bill 3 months ago is still wrong today. It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, this bill reveals and injures thousands of innocent people, witnesses, people who have provided alibis, family members, etc. If enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. Not by my vote. The Oversight Committee is conducting a thorough investigation that has already released well over 60,000 pages of documents from the Epstein case. That effort will continue in a manner that provides all due protections for innocent Americans. If the Senate amends the bill to properly address privacy of victims and other Americans who are named but not criminally implicated, then I will vote for that bill when it comes back to the House. Well, I don't think it's going to come back to the House. I think the Senate already approved it, but a lot of words only to sound sus. Check that man's hard drive. But I don't know. I mean, I get it. He's trying to protect innocent people from being hurt. I understand the point of that, but at the same time, like what we just read here, this right here, this addition in the bill says pretty much would jeopardize an active may withhold or redact segregable portions of the records that contain personal identifiable information of victims or victims' personal and medical files or similar files, that disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. That's going to help them. That's going to help protect them. So, should be fine. Should be good. At least I think the victims will at least be protected in this sense.
Investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt.
It risks re-victimizing those who were trafficked and exploited.
But the bill's authors disagree.
Justice delayed is justice denied. It
Thomas
could be
Massey.
just another delay tactic.
Thomas Massey was one of the ones that authored this bill.
Is that what you think? That's the motivation from the speaker?
I think the speaker wants to save face.
The fight over the Epstein files runs far deeper. Many Republicans claim Democrats are politicizing this investigation to harm President Trump, and they wonder why now.
To those who say that Biden should have released these files, let me just address that right now. You're right. He should have.
Yeah,
He's
right.
not the president right now.
Yeah, right.
Donald Trump is.
Republicans also say it's Democrats who are connected to Epstein, like Larry Summers, the Clinton Treasury Secretary and former Harvard president, announcing this week he's stepping back from public life after emails and text messages revealed Summers, a married man, was seeking advice from Epstein on how to pursue someone he described as a female mentee. It happened between 2018 and 2019, 10 years after Epstein first...
Yeah. Ooh, man. Oh. Jesus, dude.
Pled guilty to soliciting a minor.
Man.
Congress may not be united on the Epstein bill today, but dozens of survivors are. The brother of Virginia Roberts Giuffre in tears.
Well, Sissy, you didn't just make a small dent. You made a monumental impact.
And John, in 2 days' time, the House will take a vote on whether or not to censure Delegate Stacey Plaskett and remove her from the Intel Committee over text messages that she was exchanging with Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing where he was feeding her information that she was using in questioning.
66RC, what's up, brother?
Yes, that one was really an eye-opener. And Aisha, a federal
it was
judge
a real page-turner, real eye-opener.
A big blow to their efforts to keep the House next year. What's that all about?
Yeah, this came down from a three-judge panel in Texas, and they basically ruled that Republicans there cannot use those newly redrawn maps.
Okay, well, that's enough about, that's not even about the Epstein stuff. Let's see here. I know I saw something else. I don't know if it might have been him. Let's see. They were talking about censuring, where was it? Somebody was being censured. Okay, here we go.
Or to meet private colleagues' coordination with Epstein. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event.
This is saying Representative James Comer reveals Hakeem Jeffries solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein in 2013, who was convicted years earlier. Another email shows that Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries.
Or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition. We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal
Palmetto?
Of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, where's the other? There's another thing. Oh, yeah, here. This is... Actually, hold on. I know I saw something else. Where it might have been Nick. I don't know if Nick did. Somebody was getting censured. Somebody. Oh yeah, here we go.
Censoring and condemning.
So, Representative Ralph Norman just filed to censure Democrat Representative Stacey Plaskett and remove her from the Intel Committee for colluding with Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing. Newly released emails show Plaskett was begging for Epstein to meet her as recently as 2018, well after he became a convicted predator.
Condemning Delegate Stacey Plaskett and removing.
Underneath here it says, "Good morning, Leslie. If you would share this invitation with Jeffrey, I'd be much appreciative. I would be grateful for his support and the support of those that he may direct to assist me. I'll be in New York City the Thursday of the event through the weekend. Again, thanks, Stacey."
Removing her from the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence for conduct that reflects the discredibility on the House of Representatives for colluding with convicted felon and offender Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing.
Yeah, because basically what was happening is they were texting each other during a congressional hearing, and she was talking to him about stuff.
Whereas Stacey Plaskett, the delegate representing the United States Virgin Islands in the House of Representatives, inappropriately coordinated in real time with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a congressional hearing in February of 2019. Whereas Delegate Plaskett was actively coached by Epstein during the hearing, receiving instructions on specific lines of questioning, and was congratulated after the message by Mr. Epstein, "Good work." Whereas Jeffrey Epstein, the Speaker of the House is not in order.
The gentleman has the floor. The chair would again ask the body to please observe decorum and keep conversations to a minimum. The gentleman has the floor.
Whereas Jeffrey Epstein was a known convicted felony sex offender, having pled guilty and been convicted for procuring a child for prostitution and solicitation, a proselyte in a plea deal in 2008, and served a 13-month prison sentence. Whereas in the course of that investigation, the FBI compiled reports on dozens of confirmed minors who credibly alleged sexual abuse by Mr. Epstein.
Man. All right, and then here's Representative Jamie Ruskin saying it's totally normal for a representative to be coached by Jeffrey Epstein while questioning someone during a congressional hearing.
Well, they want to give them another headline. which is that they've arraigned a Democratic member for taking a phone call from her constituent, Jeffrey Epstein, in the middle of a hearing. And of course, I don't think there's any rule here against taking phone calls in a hearing. Now, if you want to actually give her the chance to explain what happened, then we would take it to the Ethics Committee. I still don't see what the charge is. Where is the ethical transgression? Where is the legal transgression? Are you saying anybody on your side of the aisle who had a phone call with Jeffrey Epstein should be censured? Be careful your answer there, because there's a lot more that's about to come out, right? So you should think about what is the principle behind this rush to judgment. I want to close just with this thought, because I know there were a lot of people in the chamber who were here when this happened and a lot who weren't.
Oh, man. This thing gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Is there anything else new about it? I don't see anything. Maybe anything else here that's new about it? No, we already talked about this. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries trying to meet him. Jeez, oh. Yep, this gets deeper and deeper, boys.